I don't talk about this much because uh, throughout the time that I've been spiritual, my main focus, not initially, but for the most part in my spiritual journey, my main focus has been to uh, to work on my generational trauma, to resolve a lot of things that have to do with self love and just a lot of things, self empowerment and whatnot. All the intangible things, all the things that have to do with the inside, healing, etc. Right? But in initially in my spiritual journey, I experienced some things that seem to be what most people gravitate towards when they're talking about spirituality, and that is uh, OBEs, out of body experiences, astral projection experiences. I have had a few of those, especially in the very beginning. It was almost like the universe telling me, hey, this is real. This is some real shit. There is something beyond the physical, which I already had an inkling of that. I already knew about that. Had a feeling about that. Since I was a child, I was very intuitive. So, but I didn't know what intuition was. And so, but yeah, like I had an astral projection experience. I've had several experiences that have been a little wild or whatever, but my first experience, or actually it was my second astral projection. I've had like a total of four. My second astral projection experience was wild as fuck. Like it was the longest one, or the one that I perceived to be the longest. So it was during the nighttime. I was laying down, I was sleeping. It had to be probably like midnight or so, right? So I'm laying down, me and my husband are laying down. I'm fast asleep. And then I wake up, or so I think that I'm awake. So I hear like this rattling noise, and there are people that have described the same noise whenever they're having a near death experience. Yes, near death experience, like when they've died and been revived. They had the same experience of hearing like a really loud noise. It sounded like a jackhammer. It was really, really loud. And other people who have had out of body experiences have experienced the same thing, right? And so I heard the noise, but it's like a part of me wasn't even questioning it. I was just like, okay, what the heck is this, right? In my physical eyes, I opened my physical eyes and I look over to the clock, and it's so weird because the letters on, not letters, but the numbers on the clock are rattling. Like they're like buzzing around, and I can hear that loud buzzing in my ear. So there's that. And I sort of like try to nudge my husband. I don't know. Like I get up, I sit up, and I think that I'm still in my body when I sit up. I sit up and I'm like, feeling a little bit like, confused, like what the heck is going on? And then I look behind me and I see my body laying, I see my body laying there, and I'm like, oh shit, right? Oh shit, it happened, right? And what happened? Oh, yeah. And I'm like scrambling to get back inside my body because I start to get scared. I start getting scared. I'm like, oh shit, I'm astral projecting. I actually thought that. I'm like, I'm astral projecting. This is crazy. But I try to get back inside my body because I'm like regretting it, that it happened. And it wasn't, I couldn't do it at will. I still couldn't ever do it at will. It's just something that happened spontaneously. And I try to talk to my husband, right? I'm like, oh, please, can you hug me or something? Like I ask him, I try to nudge him awake and ask him if can he hug me, right? But another voice answers, like another voice on his side, like something that was standing on his side of the bed, answered in a sort of like they were trying to sound demonic, but I don't know what it was so weird. Like it was like, no. It said no or whatever, right? Like in a really strange voice. And I was like, I'm not even gonna look over there. I refuse. I am not gonna look over there. So I don't look, because then I'm like, I start to embrace the experience, and I'm like, I'm not gonna look because I don't want whatever that is to ruin my experience, right? So I'm like, okay, F it. So I let myself sink into my mattress, And at this point, I think I live on, I live on a second floor. This was my old apartment. I live on a second floor. And I let myself sink into the mattress, and then I wind up on the first floor. And everything is like warped. Like the walls, everything is warped. Like the walls are not square. Like my room is not square. The room downstairs is not square. It's like a weird shape. Like everything, it's like a diamond, or I don't know. It's like all skewed. It's really weird. And I see like my neighbors, they were sleeping under their covers, some floral covers or something. I don't know how to this day, I don't know what their apartment would look like, but that's what I saw. And I was like, okay, what the hell? So I thought at that moment, I thought about other astral projectors, other people's videos who I have seen who astral projected, and basically saying, oh, well, if you think up, you'll go up. And it actually happened. I thought up, let me go up. So I thought up, and I shot up out of the building. I was floating above the roof of the building, and everything looks so clear. And another thing that a lot of people who experience this phenomenon and who experience near-death experiences, they basically say that it feels more real than actual reality. It feels realer than real. I wouldn't know how to explain that to another human being, but that's the way that I put it. It feels like that's the real reality, and this life that we're experiencing it's the false reality. This is like a dream that you're waking up from when you either leave your body or when you die. So that's how it felt for me. Like it felt like yeah, it was like a real, I was real. Well, I am real, but you know what I mean? Like it was the real me, the spirit me, And yeah, like it was crazy. So I started building hopping and going down to like I live in the Northern Virginia area. So I said, let me go down out to, like, I ended up out in, like, I don't know if anybody that lives in the DC area, Northern Virginia area. I ended up in Arlington and Crystal City, jumping all these buildings and all this stuff, right? And then I thought of a friend who lived in Philly and another friend who lived in Canada. And I just, like, in an instant, I was in those cities. Like, literally in an instant, I made it to those cities, and I was just floating around, and I never saw them or anything, but I saw like other people. I don't know if these were other astral projectors or who the heck they were, but it was like other entities, other people. Don't know if they were dead, don't know if they were dreamers, if they were astral projecting or whatever, like sitting at a diner, just chilling and eating and whatnot. It was the weirdest thing, like at a rest stop. I don't know. It was the craziest thing. And I don't even remember coming back to my body. I don't remember that part, but yeah, like everything was realer than real, than the realness that we experience in this plane. It was realer than real. And I had no fear. Like it was like, there's this fearlessness. Like I was not who I am right now. Like this person that I am right now is this fearlessness, this, no, I didn't even really identify with who I am right now. I did not identify with my body, with my name, nothing. I was like this fearless being. And yeah, that's my astral projection experience. Well, one of them anyway. I'll probably like have other, talk about the other ones. There's like three other ones that are shorter. But that one was longer. Like it was just, like I went on a whole adventure. But yeah, it was crazy. If you have any astral projection experiences, I guess stitch them or whatever. But yeah, that's my story.